Stream Elements. Bombardowca is now live. Streaming World of Tanks, PL Watt.
Greetings tankers and welcome. In this video we will focus on how to succeed at beating the Myrni Halloween game mode, as well as how to defeat the relentless Immortal. The game mode will have 3 difficulty levels. The first is easy, and this is where you can spend most of your time learning the map, trying out different tanks and the various builds with your teammates. But one thing to note is that it's easy mode and that it does not have the final boss battle phase. Medium difficulty is where you will need to start learning how to work as a team, choosing effective consumables for your tank, considering your tank lineup choices carefully, as well as planning your Miriam collection path wisely at the start of the fight. And finally, there's hard difficulty. This is for those of you who love a challenge. Focus on coordination and, where possible, platoon up, picking your tanks and consumables very carefully, taking most of the medium and heavy tanks in your lineup. When it comes to consumables for your tanks, if you want to win, regardless of the difficulty, just take them, no matter the cost. The consumables I suggest for most amount of situations are those that heal you and fix your modules, as well as those of your teammates, as much as possible. The Vampiric Lifesteal ability is the one that suits the best as an offensive as well as a defensive ability. It works the best when you're surrounded by more enemies in close proximity. But there is an exception to this. When using tanks like the Hornet, the Grenadier and the Legio Ferrata that have clips, take the Born Ready ability. This gives you an instant reload, which is especially useful when dealing with Hedgehog waves or fast clearing of spawn points. For the first suggestion, it's best to collect as much Miriam as you can in the early phases to make your life a lot easier in phase 2 onwards, leading to the boss fight. In the early phases, it's sufficient to ram the smaller enemies with your heavy tanks while aiming for the engines and fuel tanks. Even a little ramming damage or fire damage can all save you valuable time. The Fast and Furious ability is useful for this as well, not just for going fast in a straight line. Like last year, only those who do damage or destroy the enemies will be able to pick up the Miriam that they drop. It's only visible for those people and no one else. When you are in phase 2 and beyond, make sure you keep an eye on your minimap, not only for where to go to get to the collector, but to monitor this bar very closely. The fuller it gets, the closer the Immortal is, and the more trouble you're in. It's best to run away and keep your distance. You can't beat it. Not yet, at least. And now is a good time to bring to you interesting news. One of the new enemies you'll face in this mode, and that's right, you are seeing this, no, you are not hallucinating, will be an alpha Hedgehog this year. It's big, it's scary, and when you destroy them, they spawn lots of smaller Hedgehogs, and they are not the friendly blue kind. When Hedgehogs explode on impact, they deal not only ramming damage, but explosive damage too, which is fun. Try to take these down at range to keep your hit points and those of your teammates high. You will see these enemies appear on your minimap when you trigger a spawn point. It's always important to look out on the minimap for this little animation. You may not be able to see them yet, but I promise you, they are there. and they're going to be hedgehogs or hunters, and they've spawned and will be making their way to your location soon. It's quite easy for you to be suddenly overwhelmed and lose valuable time, hit points, or even teammates. This is easy to avoid. Just stick together, move as one group, and cover each other, healing those on low health and staying safe together. We'd say this is a win-win-win. If you are only a little Miriam short of your goal, you can check this on the left of your screen. Remember, a camp will also spawn when you get to the collector for the first time. The collector is this big purple thing seen here on your minimap, and it's always visible, and you can see how much Miriam you need to get for the next phase. It is also important that all people must be in the collector zone with enough Miriam to trigger the next phase. Anyone outside of the collector area when the timer runs out will explode, losing all of the anomalies, those are the bonuses to your tanks, they've earned so far, as well as dropping all of the Miriam they've also collected so far. When waiting at the collector to move to the next phase, it's also a good idea to heal any of your low hit point teammates, as your cooldowns will reset at the start of the next phase. But all is not lost if you do unfortunately die. You will respawn in the next phase if your team gets there with 50% hit points, and your teammates will be able to heal you up. It's still not ideal though. Did you know a good tactic for victory in the mini game mode is to take as many heals as you can? Yeah, I know we've said this before, but it is important and we don't think we can say this often enough. Go on, be that tanker. Be the amazing teammate we all wish for, who has our back and heals us when we're praying for a miracle. At the beginning of every phase, have a plan. Pick a route between your spawn and the collector. If the Immortal does appear in that path, just pick a new route and just get there quickly. Okay, if you have worked as a team in the medium and hard difficulty mode, you will have gotten through the first 3 phases and you'll now arrive at the boss fight. This is where things get really interesting, or fun, depending if you've been holding a grudge from last year. Any Miriam you have at this phase will stop you from being set on fire when you're caught in the Immortal's Red Dome of Doom. The boss is still invulnerable except for a very few shiny yellow weak spots. But even these can bounce if you shoot at them at odd angles. This is where all your anomaly bonuses will come into play, not only for shooting the boss, but because he will spawn enemies. A lot of them. At certain stages of his hit points, he will spawn waves of enemies. Focus on taking these out first and quickly. Cover your teammates and always be on the lookout for those hedgehogs. Use your area heals to keep everyone on low health alive, but keep your speed boost saved for emergencies. Those being when the boss charges at you, yeah, he does that now, trying to ram you with a speed boost, or when he calls in a bombardment. You'll only have a few seconds to get out of the area, and in slower tanks like heavies, you have a very high chance of taking immense damage. This is another good moment to share that you should always keep moving when possible and stay in groups for safety. Avoid going off alone. The Immortal boss fight does have 2 phases, meaning that if you do get destroyed during the first phase, you will respawn and have a chance to redeem yourself. Try to avoid taking too long getting past the first phase of the boss fight. The timer is still ticking and the Immortal still has a lot of hit points left. In the final fight, work as a team, coordinate abilities, and most of all, do not panic. Victory can be and will be yours. Teamwork makes the dream work. We suggest that you join the Discord server and use the platoon finder and voice channels to be better coordinated. Watch our official streams where we'll provide more advice and guidance, as well as more details for tips and tricks on how to beat the mode. Remember to subscribe for more videos and updates on the mode, as well as other topics for World of Tanks. Comment below with your favourite build and the tank that you think you'll use this year. That should be enough for today, Commander. Good luck in the mode, and we'll see you on the battlefield.
beginning of the operation. Stay alert. Objective, collect samarium and deliver it to the collector. Nice job. We collected the required amount of Miriam. Deliver it to the Magnus. There's no time to spare. Hurry up! Way to go. You're doing great. They got our ally. There's only 4 of us now. Scouts have reported that the enemy is using captured Allied vehicles. Hedgehog bomb here. Watch out. team. There's only 1 minute left. Congratulations, squad. You did a great job. Squad, we are going deeper into the dark. Let's concentrate on our primary objective. tank has been knocked out. The team should activate Magnus to proceed to the next stage. This will recover your vehicle. I repeat, when proceeding to the next mission stage, all damaged vehicles will be recovered.
Ya está.